Hi, I'm Alice Bull from scraphappy.org, and I'm at Creativation 2020 with the amazing Heidi Swapp.
Hey guys!
And you have a demo for us because you have a fabulous new product, and I'm excited because
super excited about this. Yeah. So ever since the Minc came out, which has been about 4 or 5 years, everybody has asked me, well, okay, that's really cool, but how can I use this with my stamps? Because we all have tons of stamps, and it would be so fun to be able to foil them, right?
Yes.
So finally, we have a toner ink. So what this means is that we can stamp. We can finally stamp. So it comes in this really cute bottle, and you have to make your own stamp pad, all right? So this is a DIY approach. It's not, one of the things that's been the most tricky about it is that it's not a stable ink, meaning that it's going to dry, it kind of dries out. And so after you've used it for 2 or 3 hours, or like 100, 150 stamp impressions is what I've found, then it's kind of done, and you throw your ink pad away. You'll know.
Yeah.
You'll know.
It just doesn't work.
Done. So when you buy the refill, it looks like this. The ink pad already comes on this plastic backer, and we have this case, which is excuse me, it's an airtight case, which prolongs the life of it as long as we can. There's 4 little, like, nubs.
Guides?
4 little pieces on the edges.
Little plasticky bits.
And so we want to tuck the plastic underneath there.
Okay.
And that's what's going to hold it in place.
That way it's not like moving around when you're trying to ink up your stamp.
Yes. Okay, so to fill the ink pad, you actually need 15 mils of this ink. And so it comes with a little measuring cup, and the measuring cup is 10. So you have to go to 10 and then to 5. It's very technical. You feel like a chemist, right? So you fill it up, and then you just pour it all over the ink pad, and it soaks in beautifully. And then I like to wait like 15 to 20 minutes after I pour it for it to kind of be ready to stamp, because we actually want it to be a little bit sticky, because it's that fixative in there that makes it
actually work.
Yeah, that's a good way. So I actually have one ready to go here, and because it's all inked, I'm not going to try to put it back in the case. I took it out, which was a mistake. So just imagine that it's
in a proper
in the case, right?
Tucked under those little nubs.
Yes,
it's all done right.
Okay, I've got a couple stamps here. I'm actually going to show you how to do 2 different colors of foil.
Ooh.
So notice that my stamp isn't clean. It's actually better to use a dirty stamp. I know. And so what happens here is, if you have a brand new clean stamp, I would encourage you to stamp it and then stamp on a piece of paper a couple times so that you kind of get a sticky surface, because that's what we kind of want.
Just season it up a little.
So notice here that there's some sticking happening. This is good. This means that it's working. All right. So we're just going to tap on top of it, and then you're going to, if you need to add a little bit of extra pressure so that it'll cover, you're going to want to make sure that it's nice and covered. All right.
So notice you're not pressing down into it. That would be all gooey and goopy, and you'll make a big mess.
Yep, we don't want that. All right. So then we're going to press nice and hard. We want to make sure that all that ink passes onto our surface. You're going to want to make sure this is also a kind of a smooth surface.
Okay.
And then, you know what, just for funsies, we'll go ahead and add another stamp here so that we can do an extra color, which is fun. All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to actually set this right on top of the Minc, which is out of 5.
Okay.
And I want it to dry. Okay, so I'm going to
clean this before it gets everywhere.
Clean this before I get it on something, yes. All right. Now, I'm going to do the hello in gold.
Okay.
And the leaves in green. So I'm just going to kind of trim my foil so that it's gonna be easier to work with here. I'm gonna layer the foil on rather than doing it in 2 passes. Let's hope. Okay, so I'm kind of strategically placing the foil.
I love that you can just place that big piece of green right over the whole top like that. That
makes it
actually
easy,
makes
right?
it way easier. If I had been trying this at home without your instruction, I probably would have done it like a little tiny piece, and then pieces are moving around.
And I mean, to conserve foil, we'll do anything that we have to do, right?
I know. And I'm like,
but once
it's
it comes
really not that
through,
expensive.
like we could pull that foil out and cut it apart and use it again if we were running out of foil and it was midnight, then we could do that. All right.
Okay, and here's where the magic happens.
So I can see that we have some coverage here. You can already see through the foil that it's sticking, so that's good. So I'll peel back and get the green. That's good. And let's see. If I kind of flash it there, can you see? See the foiling?
So pretty.
So that's it. Just makes me happy. So there you go. All right, you guys. So stampers, get out your stamps. You might need to get a nice, pretty pink Minc if you're into that kind of thing.
Kind.
Yeah. And go crazy. So you're gonna have a lot of fun.
Okay, and so this is called toner ink. Don't forget, you're gonna need that plus the little kit, right? So does it all come together, or each piece sold separate?
So you can buy a starter kit,
Okay.
which will give you a case, 3 ink pads, and the bottle.
Okay.
And then you can buy extra bottles and extra pads.
Excellent.
And extra cases.
Okay.
So together or separately, whatever you like.
Perfect. Thank you. And how soon? Oh, that's the big question. How soon?
I don't even know. I think it's shipping in January, so it should be available very, very soon.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Heidi.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thanks for coming.
This is Alice Bullitt from scraphappy.org at Creativation 2020 with Heidi Swapp.